Welcome back. In previous tutorial, I introduced some new assets from Kit. This time, I would like to focus on some steps involved in the import process. As you can see, these assets do not come with built-in animations. Those are provided in a separate package. Luckily, this comes with instructions about the import process for Godot 2. I personally tried importing FBX files as suggested, but it doesn't work as expected. As you can see, arms movements have problems. I am not sure if this may be caused by some incompatibility with a newer version of Godot. Anyway, we can use Blender to fix this. First of all, open Blender. Select all by pressing A key and delete using X key. Then click on File, Import FBX, and navigate and reach the FBX animation file. Then we need to change the user interface. First, we select the animation preset and then switch the lower panel from Dope Sheet to Action Editor and the left panel from 3D Viewport to Nonlinear Animation. Next, we select each animation in the Action Editor and press the button Push Down. In Nonlinear Animation panel, you can see all animations stacking as feedback. Repeat for all animations or all animations we need. Once we are done, we can save in a separate blend file that we can reuse in future. And finally, we export using Gltf format. To be precise, GLB format. We move the new file to Godot. It will automatically import the file and we can open it. When we try opening the base character, we will receive a message that will suggest to open an inherited file. This time we will edit the original, so click Open anyway. Actually, it would be very important to work on an inherited file if we need to do back and forth from Blender to Godot, exporting multiple times. This is a special case because the character is complete, so please remember this when you work on your projects. If you have any doubt, always start with a small test. Next, we inspect the file and test the animations. As you can see, this time they work properly, so we can set all the looping animations, like idle, walk, run, and climb. Next, we can follow all steps as suggested in the attached file. For this example, I will use assets from Kit Skeleton Kit, taking advantage of the kit's modularity. In Skeleton, we add some bone attachment as child nodes. For each of them, we set the right bone name and give them a name accordingly. Then we add a mesh instance child for each of them and load a mesh. As you can see, I already prepared a folder with all parts. More about this in the next tutorial. As in the case of body, if it has some strange rotation, before trying to make any change in the original file, we can try to reset the bone name. For the head, we use the same approach. This time we keep it simple and just import the upper skull, but next time we will implement a custom head scene to take advantage of the key features of this particular kit. I'm talking about facial expressions. Finally, we add the arms in the same way. They may be a little tricky. As you can see, when we add them to the scene, they have a very strange rotation. If we try switching the bone name in bone attachment, it doesn't improve. So we manually fix the rotation. We also use prototype pit as visual reference, but we can also use the original file. Then, once we get to the desired rotation and translation, duplicate the mesh and turn one into a position 3D. Make the mesh instance a child of this position, then we will call it offset. In this way, the arm mesh will have a default translation and rotation, while the offset will keep track of the necessary transforms. Then, if we wish, we can load another mesh and have a consistent result that will work well with animations. We can do the same with the other arm and also for end slots that will be used for tools and weapons. Okay, I hope you liked this tutorial. This was very simple, but since there are a few tricky parts, this may be useful to review from time to time. In the next part, we will see how to manage the skull and also how to load the single parts meshes. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to write them below. See you next time.